Welcome. This is your first Miss Haws video with me. So you'll follow along on the screen. There's no formal notes today, okay? So the first thing we're going to do is go to Google Classroom, and there's this website added that is called for integer chips, okay? And what integer chips are is you can see a positive, it represents a positive one, the yellow plus, and then the red negative represents a negative one. And we know that when we have one positive and one negative, they cancel to be 0. So you can click and drag all these things on here, okay? And you can see that this would still be 0 because they would match up to be 0. But if I added some more negatives, well, that's really -3 because the rest of them cancel. So you can go ahead and play around with that if you'd like for a minute while you pause the video. There is a reset button at the top left corner there that you can hit and reset all of your buttons. So you can use this as we go through the video today if that helps you, okay? Sorry.
This is an announcement. The volleyball game for tonight at Baldwin has been canceled.
Sorry, they canceled the volleyball game. Anyways, we are going to practice something that's well known to us. We're going to add positive and negative numbers together. But we're going to use what's called P's and N's, or your integer chips. So this will be a P for the yellow positives, and then we're going to have an N for the red negatives, okay? And I'll show that on my sheet. Some of you are going to be like, Miss Haws, I can know this answer without using integer chips. I understand that, but I want you to get used to using the integer chips, so when we use them tomorrow during the lesson, you're like, okay, Miss Haws, I know exactly what you're talking about, and when we get to the hard stuff, the integer part won't be so difficult. So we're going to hop over to our notes here, and if I look at the problem 3 plus 5, okay, why don't you go ahead and try to set up 3 plus 5 using your integer chips on that screen. So you can pause the video for a second and then come back, okay? Since you guys used yellow and red, I'm going to use my yellow for my positives and my red for my negatives, okay, when it gets to that point. And you could draw a circle around all of them, but I'm not going to do that. So 3 is a positive, so that would represent 3 positives, plus we have 5 negatives, or 5 positives, I'm sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which we know is a total of 3 plus 5, which is 8. Now again, some of you are going to be like, Ms. Haws, I already know that 3 plus 5 is 8. Great. Write that down. I still want you to show your P's on the worksheet that you're going to have today. Okay. Let's practice with another number. So if we have like -3 plus -6, now this time I'm going to use my N's because I have a negative and a negative. So 3 negatives plus 6 negatives, okay, would mean I have 9 negatives, or my answer would be -9. Okay, so again, I showed my work with my P's and N's. So on your Google Doc today, there is 10 problems. So you can either type on your Google Doc or you can write it out on a separate sheet of paper. You're going to have 10 problems. I want you to show your work with your P's and N's. Okay, even though you might know the answer without the P's and N's, that's great. But we're practicing using these integer chips or P's and N's so that way they can be better used tomorrow. Okay, have a wonderful day and we'll see you later. Bye.